Welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Bitoye TV. I just want to share very briefly with you what's on my mind, and I'll be sharing on 5 topics. The first one will be the men's basketball team, the Tigers, the D Tigers. That's their name. The women are the D Tigress, the guys are the D Tigers. They're getting ready for the Afro basketball for men in Angola. Can they do what the women did? We'll talk about it. The second topic will be about the Chan Eagles. That's the African Nations Championship currently going on in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. The Chan Eagles lost their first game. Can they bounce back? We'll talk about it on the program. We will also, of course, be talking about reigning African Footballer of the Year, Adola Lukeman. And then we'll be talking about Super Eagles defensive midfielder who has moved from Leicester City and has moved to Turkey with Besiktas. I'm talking about Wilfred Ndidi. And then finally, I'll be talking about my boss, one of the leading lights of sports writing, sports journalism in Nigeria, an epitome of professional integrity and excellence, Dr. Mumini Alao, who is launching his autobiography. I'll talk about him as well. But before I go on, let me ask you to subscribe to my channel, Tony Bitoye TV. Subscribe right now. Press that subscribe button right now as I speak. And also put on your notification so that when a new video drops, you will see it and be aware of it. So please do it now before I get on to the details. Welcome, and let's hit the ground running. Let's start by talking about the D Tigers, the men's basketball team, getting ready for the Afrobasket that is starting in Angola. Very much unlike the women, the D Tigers, who have won the Afrobasket 5 times in a row. The men have not been as lucky, they've not been as effective, they've not been as successful. A lot of issues around the men, and their performances is been somehow the opposite of what we've seen with the women. But for the first time in a long while, the Nigeria Basketball Federation have released a side that looks very strong for the Afrobasket that's taking place in Angola. Is a team made up of good professional players, seasoned professional players, a few of those that have been very well tested on the African continent during the BAL, of course, and all of that. So the team looks fairly balanced, and there are expectations that for the first time, the men's team may really go out to the Afrobasket to do Nigeria proud. Are they the favorites? I don't think so. Will they win? I have my doubts, but you never say never. But I'm believing that they will play up to the very crucial stages of the Afrobasket in Angola. It's important for them to remember that expectations are high following what the women have done, and people are expecting that they will also go there and do the nation proud. So we'll keep our eyes on the Tigers and wish them the very best of luck. All right, so let's talk about the Chan Eagles. We saw the game against Senegal, the defending champions. It was a very close game. It was a very physical game. And I think the fair result in that game should have been a draw, because Senegal scored with the only shot at goal that they had in that game. That was their only shot at goal, and it was off a defensive mistake by the Chan Eagles. And on the strength of what we saw from both teams, that game probably should have ended in a draw. But in football, you never know. You may have one chance and take it. You may have a lot of chances and not take it. Senegal got that chance, they took it, and that's how they got off to a winning start. For the Super Eagles, the Chan Eagles, can they bounce back? Let me just tell you very quickly the experience with the 2014 squad and the 2018 squad. Those are the two Chan squads that successfully finished on the podium. 2014 finished with the bronze medal, 2018 finished with the silver medal. Both teams did not have a good start. In 2014, they lost the first game 2-1 to Mali. It was a poor performance, and everybody felt that this team was not going to do well. In 2018, it was a goalless draw against Rwanda. People complained. I was the media officer of that team. A lot of complaints by Nigerians that the team was not good enough and that they were going to come home after the first round. But guess what? Both teams bounced back from that disappointing first game and went on to finish on the podium. And I want Nigerians to, rally around these Chan Eagles, coached by Super Eagles A team coach, Eric Shell, rally around the team, and let's see how they bounce back on Tuesday against Sudan and then go on in the competition. I believe if they can get a good result against Sudan, they can go on, qualify from that group, and go as far as possible. So never write them off on the performance, on the basis of that first game performance. Don't write them off. They will bounce back and they will make us proud. The third point is reigning African Footballer of the Year, Nigeria's Ademola Lukeman, who is currently on strike. He's been having this running battle with his club in the Italia Serie A, Atalanta. He's thrown in a transfer request and he wants to move, but there are issues. The club wants to keep him and all of that. But this is not about whether what he's doing is right or wrong, whether I'm in support of the player or the club. No, I'm just talking generally about the impact of all that is going on Ademola Lukeman and on Nigeria. You know, he's on strike. He's not training with the team. He's not playing. He's somewhere cooling off in Spain or somewhere. And that for me is not a good one. It's not a good sign because Ademola Lukeman is a top quality player and we need him to be in his best physical shape ever. What's the implication for him? Well, the implication for him is that the running battle with his club continues. The implication for the Super Eagles of Nigeria is that we need this issue to be resolved as quickly as possible. In a few weeks, the World Cup qualifiers will begin, and we need Ademola Lukeman to be on top of his game. We need him training every day. We need him in good mental state. We need him in good physical shape. These games we are playing in September are very key. One at home, you know, that we must not lose. And more importantly, anyway, both games are very, very important. But that game against South Africa, remember, is a must-win game for Nigeria. And we need Ademola Lukeman to be in top physical shape for that game. So for the sake of Nigeria and in his own interest, please let us find a way to resolve this issue so that this talented Nigerian player, reigning African Footballer of the Year, can be on the pitch and be in excellent shape to help us win those World Cup qualifying games next month. All right, the fourth one is on one of my favorite Super Eagles players, Wilfred Ndidi, who, has moved from Belgium, has moved to Leicester. I'm particularly interested in this because I saw Wilfred Ndidi playing from the grassroots, playing in the Lagos Junior League, and then growing into the Golden Eaglets, growing to the Flying Eagles, and then becoming a member of the Super Eagles and one of the mainstay of the Super Eagles, consistently turning out great top-level performances, grade A performances for the Super Eagles. And he has served Leicester City so well, he's now moving to Turkey, to Besiktas. This is just to wish Wilfred the very best of luck. And then I hope that he will keep his consistency, keep his performance level on the high, keep it on that level for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, in spite of the fact that a lot of people believe that Turkey is a step down from the English Premier League. But don't forget that Leicester got relegated at the end of last season. So for Wilfred, he has an opportunity of still playing top flight football and probably European football. So we wish you the best of luck, Wilfred. Go out there and soar like the Super Eagle that you are and shine like the million stars that you are. We'll be keeping our eyes on the Turkish League to see how well you perform. Of course, you have your compatriots, Victor Osimhen, you have Paul Onuachu, a lot of Nigerian players there that can also keep you company. So go and do us proud. And finally, the fifth point is about my boss, Dr. Omeh. Before I talk about it, let me just remind you that you have to press that subscribe button right now. Subscribe to this channel and also put on the notification so that when a new video drops, you'll be aware of it. Of course, you have to watch out for more incisive analysis, for exciting videos, interviews, and a whole lot more on this channel. So please go and subscribe, press that subscribe button now, and also put on your notification so that when a new video drops, you will be the first to know. All right, let me talk about Dr. Omeh and also congratulate him on the public presentation of his autobiography in Lagos that held on the 10th of August. Let me just tell you very briefly, go and get a copy of his book. You will find a lot of incisive stories right there. But one of the things that you need to know about Dr. Omeh Alao is the role that he played in mobilizing Super Eagles players. In 1993, he went around Europe mobilizing players of the Super Eagles from their different clubs, mobilizing them and of course, tailoring a campaign around the USA 1994 World Cup. At the end of the day, it was just a matter of time before the whole nation hooked up to his campaign and the whole nation became a part of it, and USA 1994 became a reality. That was the first time ever that the Super Eagles would qualify for the FIFA Senior Men's World Cup. Dr. Omeh Alao played a crucial role in all of it. So go and get a copy of his book. You'll find a lot of interesting stories there that will inspire you to also play a role in helping to move Nigerian sports forward. All right, so that's how I wrap it up on this broadcast. Thank you for watching. Once again, don't forget to subscribe and put on your notification so that when a new video drops, you'll be able to pick it. Thank you for watching.